Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101. We'll call it Browns early games pregame slash update show. I'm going to break down today's Browns game. Right now, they are trailing 6-3 at halftime to the Raiders at First Energy Stadium. And we'll talk about all of today's games that are going on right now, and the games, all the games that are going to be played later on today, and tonight's Sunday night game and the Monday night game tomorrow night. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday trivia question. Which Hall of Fame running back split his career between the Raiders and the Chiefs? I'll have the answer later in the podcast. It's week 8 of the NFL, and we have a lot of great NFL action today, but I'm gonna start with the Browns first. The Browns are squaring off with the Las Vegas Raiders today right now at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. And right now the Browns are down 6-3 at halftime, as I mentioned. The 5-2 Cleveland Browns are rolling into Week 8 of the season with a little momentum after coming from behind in Cincinnati to stun the Bengals in the closing seconds in the Battle of Ohio Part 2. But they've lost a little swagger as wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. tore his ACL, ending his season, and he will be out for the year. And Rashard Higgins will be in his spot today. We'll be playing in Beckham's spot today. Now, this opens the door for guys like Donovan Peoples-Jones, who head coach Kevin Stefanski calls Mr. Reliable. And he says, if I have to catch, I can do that. If I have to run the ball, I can do that. Said wide receiver Donovan Peoples-Jones. If I have to block, I can do that. Being versatile is my biggest asset, and I agree with that. What will the OBJ injury mean for quarterback Baker Mayfield, who seemed to get his confidence back after leading the Browns to a win in the final seconds of the game? Mayfield threw a franchise record 21 straight completions and finished the game with 5 touchdowns. He didn't miss a receiver after the first quarter. Sometimes you are going to have to chuck it around the yard 40 plus times, Stefanski said. Sometimes you have to run it 40 plus times. I think it's a testament to the team that we have to find other different ways to win. The biggest question mark for the Browns remains on the defensive side of the ball. And it's a group that is bending but not breaking. They lead the league with 14 takeaways, but they continue to struggle stopping the pass. Cleveland has given up 30 or more points in 5 of their 7 games this season. There have just been a lot of self-inflicted wounds for us, Denzel Washington said. We just have to nail down the details in practice and then carry it over into the game. Now, this is another winnable game for the Browns today, who would love to go into the bye week with a record of 6 wins and 2 losses on a 2-game winning streak. And that would be big if they can get the win today, and I think that they're going to have to really step it up during that second half. The Browns have lost their 2 games against the last 2 games against the Raiders, and it will be a homecoming for head coach John Gruden, who grew up a Cleveland Browns fan. Now, Myles Garrett is expected to play in today's game, and he is against the Raiders, and he's ready to go, and he is playing in today's game. But there are 3 guys out with injuries. Jacob Phillips with a knee injury, Austin Hooper still with a abandonment injury, and guard Wyatt Teller with also a knee injury as well. Now, expect the Browns offense to really stay sharp and keep Raiders quarterback Derek Carr out of the pocket and also Trent Brown as well, and put the pressure on Derek Carr in the defense as well, and the offense. The Browns defense really needs to try hard to stop the Raiders' passing game and their running game as well. And so I really think the Browns will get the win in this game today. And I have them picked to win on my picks of the week. And I will get to that in just a moment. But right now, it is actually. I wanted to mention that Baker Mayfield is really going to have to really try to also stop the Raiders' passing game, and really put the pressure on Trent Brown as well as the Raiders' offense and their quarterback and quarterback Derek Carr. It's Baker Mayfield versus Derek Carr today, and Myles Garrett versus Trent Brown. Actually, Rashard Higgins versus Trent Brown, and Myles Garrett is playing in today's game, as I mentioned. I will have the rest of the games on my picks of the week in just a moment, but right now it is time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Which Hall of Fame running back split his career between the Raiders and the Chiefs? And if you said Marcus Allen, you are correct. The 1981 Heisman Trophy winner, Marcus Allen, began his career with the Raiders. He was the Super Bowl 18 MVP in 1984 in the victory over the Redskins. Of all the alternatives, Earl Campbell played for the Oilers and the Saints. Eric Dickerson was a Raider but also played for the Rams, Colts, and Falcons. And Franco Harris was a Steeler and a Seahawk. I'll have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. I forgot. I'll let you know who my brother-in-law took for picks later, but I'll do mine right now. You know that the Atlanta Falcons beat the Carolina Panthers 25-17 Thursday night, and Carolina just did not look good. Teddy Bridgewater looked very underdressed in this game, and Atlanta took advantage of every mistake Carolina made, and Teddy Bridgewater got intercepted in the final seconds of the fourth quarter, and needless to say, nevertheless, Atlanta got the win in this one. The Indianapolis Colts are scoring off against the Detroit Lions. I picked Indianapolis to win this one, and they are up on 20-7 right now at halftime. The Green Bay Packers are taking on the Minnesota Vikings at their home field, which is legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And right now, the Packers and Vikings are tied at 14. It's in the third quarter with 13:46 left to go, excuse me. The Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots are scoring off at Ralph Wilson Stadium in Buffalo. I've picked Buffalo to win that one. And Buffalo's up by 7-6 at halftime. And I picked Green Bay to win the Green Bay-Minnesota game. The Tennessee Titans are in Cincinnati taking on the Bengals right now. And I picked Tennessee to win that one. They're down 17-7 at halftime. That's a surprise. I gotta tell you that. And the Browns are down 6-3 at halftime, and at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland. And I picked the Browns to win today's game. The Kansas City Chiefs are battling the New York Jets, who are in KC to take on the Chiefs. And right now, the Kansas City Chiefs are up on the Jets 21-9. I think it's going to be a long day for the New York Jets, because they have been a doormat so far this season, the New York Jets. The Miami Dolphins are taking on the Los Angeles Rams, who are in Miami, taking on the Rams. And right now, I picked the Rams to win today's game. I picked KC for the KC Jets game, but I picked the Rams to win today's game against Miami. But right now, they are down in the second quarter with a minute time to go till halftime, 28-7. That's another surprise. And in the late games today, the late afternoon games, the Los Angeles Chargers will travel to Denver to take on the Denver Broncos at Sports Authority Field in Denver. I have got the Chargers for that one, but I was one more early game I forgot to mention, and that's the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Baltimore's up on a 14-7 with 21 seconds to go till halftime. I picked Baltimore to win that one. I've already mentioned the Chargers and Broncos at Sports Authority Field. I picked the Chargers to win today's game. The New Orleans Saints will travel to Soldier Field in Chicago to take on the Chicago Bears. And I picked New Orleans to get the win on the road in that one. San Francisco 49ers will take on the Seattle Seahawks at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. And I have picked Seattle to win that one. And the Sunday night game, Sunday Night Football. The Philadelphia Eagles will take on the Dallas Cowboys and at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I picked Philadelphia to win that one. And tomorrow's Monday Night Football game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will travel to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey to take on the New York Giants. And I picked Tampa Bay to win that one. But right now, the Browns find themselves trailing, and they've got the ball right now as they're just getting underway in the third quarter with 15 minutes left to go, and they've got the ball trailing 6-3. And I'll let you know my brother-in-law took on the Browns Early Games post-game show. But I really feel that the Browns are going to get the win in today's game against the Steelers. Against the Raiders, excuse me. Yes, the Browns and the Raiders today. But I really think the Browns will get the win because they're only down by a field goal, so anything can happen. And I think Mayfield's going to step it up in that second half and have another big game today. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Browns and Early Games pregame/update show. I will be back with the Scott Sports 101 Browns and Early Games postgame show and the late games pregame show once the Browns and Raiders game has concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.